Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Hello and welcome to the Late Apex. Today we are going to be reviewing what has happened in the world of sim racing over the past 7 days, including news about F1 Manager. We're also going to do a tier list of iRacing, road tracks as well, and yeah, everything else that you need to be caught up on. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick, alongside me is David Sampson. David, how are you?
I'm very good. Road tracks, we're not going to cover all the oval.
Oh, and I mean, I'm sure you were itching to talk about the Milwaukee Mile and
I know them
Nashville
so well.
Speedway as well, but unfortunately we're going to have to leave that out this time.
Understood, yeah, we'll stick to the road ones.
Yes. Well, of course, as well, this episode as well is presented by Apex Racing Academy. And of course, Apex Racing Academy have recently started their Black Friday deal, and you can get 40% off a annual subscription by using a discount code ACBF2024. Do check out apexracingac.com in order to use that. And yeah, that code is on our social media. So let's go into... we've got a lot of decent stories today. Let's start off with Motorsport games, I think, because I think that's probably the element that I think most of our viewers will be familiar with, because after all, we do talk about it every single week. And they have released their third quarter 2024 finances, and it doesn't necessarily give us anything concrete in terms of finding a purchaser for Motorsport games. But it at least claims that they're in the market and there's several parties who are interested.
Yeah, obviously they're losing less money, if you can take that as a positive.
Yeah, I mean, significantly less money.
Yeah, they were losing, what, 3 million a year?
So in the third quarter of 2023, they lost 3.5 million. They had an income of 2.1 million in the second quarter of 2024. I think that's when everyone was buying LMU. They only lost 600 grand in this quarter.
Only? Is that how you sell it to the balls? We only lost 600 grand, so no bonuses.
Well, there probably was.
And obviously Stark News as well, we learned that, was it 50% of their revenue was coming from the NASCAR games, which are getting a bit old now, and
yeah, 55.6% of its revenue came from the NASCAR 21 Ignition and Heat 5, and they've also released on Switch as well, which got them some.
But that license for them earnings are coming to an end at the end of the year.
Exactly. iRacing, as I think we reported months and months back, have got the NASCAR license to produce NASCAR video games on mobile as well as console as well as PC, and they're paying that in installments, and they are paying the last of that fee at the end of the year, and at that point those games will not be purchasable.
Yeah, so they're going to be relying on now what's going forward with LMU, the expansion packs, and not what was before. That's concerning. Like you say, I mean, them saying there's interest, investors. I mean, what company wouldn't say that? No one is going to say at their board meeting. Just to confirm, nobody seems to be interested. We've heard from lots of people.
Hope.
Yeah,
no.
Lots of people have been emphatically.
And on the off chance that anyone's reading this and they are interested, no one else is interested. So you don't need to put in a high bid or anything.
Correct.
Like we are worth nothing.
Obviously we need competition. We say this before. We've talked about motorsport games a lot. They need a company to replace them. I think that would be I'm sorry to say, but they just need a brand wash, right? The game's good, the game's liked, the company's not liked, the company's losing money. Easy fix. Yeah.
And of course, they're ditching the NASCAR games as well, which were like terribly received. And so they are pretty much just going to be left with rFactor 2 and Le Mans Ultimate. Because I guess Kartcraft as well, but Kartcraft isn't really being developed anymore. That's like just is what it is and isn't going to change. So in terms of like the bad games that they've got, they're going as well, which may help the brand image as well when someone new comes in. So no, you are right. Their CEO, Stephen Hood, said, "We recently announced that Motorsport Games is considering strategic alternatives, and the Motorsport Games board of directors and I are in the process of reviewing options available to us with a view to improve our long-term funding needs in order to produce the great game experiences we have proved that we can offer under our new business structure." They said that the number of expressions of interest received serves to reinforce our belief in the opportunities ahead. A funny quote that I found was, "A reduction in personnel has not meant a reduction in productivity or progress," which does beg the question, are you saying that these people weren't doing anything and you fired them all and you realise, hang on, they weren't doing anything?
Yeah, they weren't doing anything, and it cost us 2 million less. Let's see. I mean, we seem to cover Motorsport Games more than their games.
Yes, yeah.
So, I mean, LMU's out now. It needs the GT3s, it needs a virtual Le Mans, and it needs a Verstappen. And they're the only three things left.
Yeah.
Checkmate. No, let's see. The game's fun to play. Look, I'm all positive about it, but it is just a reskinned, rebranded, focused rFactor 2. That's not necessarily a bad thing because they're fixing all the things that ailed rFactor 2 that never got fixed. It's fun to play. It's well received. I'm not sure. They need to prove that going forward is going to work. Well, I don't know how I feel about these expansion packs. I don't know. They can say they're offering a free GT3. Is it all going to be for BMWs in every official? I'm not sure. Let's see. And how do they, this after GT3s, after virtual Le Mans, let's say the player base is nice and big, which is costing them money on the server side, right? This is now financially a burden. So things are good. Imagine what is the money maker for them after that? Are they really thinking people are going to pay monthly for the...
Well, it's their big online subscription thing, isn't it? That which apparently is going to start in December. But yeah, that's going to be the money maker
next month.
To them.
What, before the GT3s?
Yeah, before the GT3s. Yeah.
Madness. Let's see. I haven't touched the game in a while. I was kind of waiting for the next big push, but I don't know what that entails.
Shall we talk about... Well, let's go back to the top then, in terms of our list. F1 Manager 25 has been canned.
Well...
Potentially.
Again, we're short-sighted. It should have just been called F1 Manager, and they release updates. I don't know if they should charge for them, but this gaming model, I hope, dies. This yearly...
Yeah, but you don't make as much money, right?
Yeah.
Again, like what you were saying before, in terms of how are LMU meant to make money when they've just got one game.
True. But surely, I don't know how it works, but I get it. F1 Manager of the, 24, 23, was a good game, fun, but the games just haven't gone anywhere. And I think they've looked at F1 25 and its prospect to replace the old one, and what are you going to sell? Hamilton's now at Ferrari. That's your selling point. I mean...
Yeah. Well, they have been releasing small updates. They There was an update earlier this week where you can now start from the pit lane in some of the races, such as you got a faulty ERS system, so you're going to replace that, and then maybe you'll be able to gain places later on in the event. So that was an update, but yeah, you're right. I think they have been very disappointed by the lack of sales. I guess there was quite a lot of excitement beforehand. Before, what was it, 23
I
was the first one?
bought it and haven't opened it. Like, that's Steam, right?
I did that as well, actually, yeah.
Because I watched my first streamer playing it, and I was like, oh, this looks fun. And then it just started to get a teeny bit repetitive, and I got it. I got what the principle of the game was, and I just thought, I just don't fancy this.
Yeah, pretty much how I felt. It's so tricky to create a game which is in-depth as that. In terms of, like, I think we've all played games which are, don't have any online aspects on it, but, like, you care about it for a reason.
Sure.
But it's difficult to know how to do that in terms of creating an in-depth game that you can get lost in and spend hours and hours and hours on.
Yeah, I think for me it was like Championship Manager, the football game.
Sure, yeah.
Years. Didn't question. I thought I'd be playing it for life.
Yeah.
The F1 games, I don't know. I'm not sure. It just didn't sell it enough to me, and I have no idea how they expected to sell another one. I mean, it's not like you can take the graphics forward. It's just a management game. So you've got to find your selling point. And, most games it's graphics and stuff. On this, we would care if the graphics are improved.
I think if it was, like, almost stupidly in-depth, I think that would maybe be a selling point.
But then how do you sell the next one?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so up in this business model of the year on year I think it is fading. The FIFAs and the Maddens can keep it up, but I don't know. It's getting tough out there, I think, now. When we've seen WRC now, just call it WRC.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, that's an EA game as well, who are very notorious for their yearly stuff, so you could well be right. Let's move. I think we'll do one more news story before we move on to the highlight of this, the tier list. But Next Level Racing have released another simulator. Now, it is every single week that we say either Next Level Racing or Track Racer have released a new rig. Next Level Racing, dare I say, are in pole position when it comes to their relentless production. This is written by Thomas Lord.
That picture's fine, but scroll down to the next one where it looks like something I would build. And I'm not good at building things.
Well, one of the key features of it is that it's compact. It is really designed to be small, is this thing. It's meant to sort of be entry level. It is a little bit pricey. It's 300 quid, so one could argue it's not really entry level, but it's slightly above that, maybe like the Fanatec sort of level. But yeah, it's... would you consider using that?
No. I mean, if they say no flex, I am calling them out. That's impossible to have. That thing folds. The thing that the wheelbase is attached to, right? Definitely folds. You can see the silver where it meets the black. So that has flex. I mean, it's just an upright.
Yeah.
It's just going vertical. There is no diagonal support. There needs to be something attached to the pedal tray or something, or the seat. The pedal tray, really, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, the middle part looks like what's it called? Like a Zimmer frame? The middle bit, the rest looks fine. Like the seat, pedals, look fine, actually. Look fine. The gear stick thing. I can't stand that thing going up, though. It looks terrible. And where are the wires? Like, show us. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Sorry. It looks so flexy, but only on the wheelbase. Pedals look decent, actually.
Yeah, apparently it can withstand 10 Newton meters of
Okay.
DD, so it's
No, it can't.
So yeah, that is the Victory. That's what it's called. Sorry, the Next Level Racing Victory Simulator, $300, £280, and yeah, if you want a compact rig which can be put away in your living room, that could be one to go for. Shall we talk about our tier list then?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is a new thing.
Yeah, Roadrunner. We can hear the sound. We're not sure what
Yeah,
it is,
sorry.
unfortunately.
It's some. I mean, I'm. It's
It
something.
happens
to
on
do-
yours as well.
I don't think it does though. If I just speak and you
Not
don't
all the time.
do anything.
It does more on mine, but it does do yours. It
Okay.
does more on mine, but does on yours as
Sure.
well.
And hello, Matty, as well. So yeah, apologies for that, but yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. So let's do this then. So this is a tier maker list, and we're just going to rate all the circuits. Now, what I would say is that I have opened the link, and it is on my laptop, and therefore, ultimately, I
I'm
do
stronger.
have the final say. David is stronger, and I think one could argue he's potentially more annoying as well when he wants to be. So.
Persistent. We'll call it persistent.
I would say it's even when it comes to who's got power in this. So let's go alphabetically. Imola, what are you going to go for?
Sorry, alphabetically, and you started with Imola.
Well, it's Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Dino Ferrari.
I'll back down. For me, top tier, must drive. Love the track. You?
Well, we're playing that top tier straight away. I'm going to come back, but
I've always liked Imola. I get it. The curbs, and the off tracks can be a little frustrating.
Like top tier. Like I feel
Fair
like
point.
if we put that top tier, then there's going to be a lot in top tier. I think it's fun.
Okay, all right, yeah, good point. You shot me down very cleverly there. Yes, I agreed. It isn't a Road Atlanta.
Magello.
I mean, yeah, for me, it's okay.
Sure. Shall I put these as well as different? Because I feel like
Top tier.
bad as
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fourth one is a bit harsh. So let's say goats.
Yep.
Let's say greats.
Yep.
Let's say
Good.
goods.
Nah.
Let's go. I think decent for that one. A little bit better than meh. Bad.
And
Yeah.
awful.
Never drive again. There you go. That's a little bit better.
Perfect.
So yeah, Imola is great. Magello. Sorry. So what were you saying for Magello?
Well, on that tier,
You're going to go decent.
change
aren't you?
decent to okay. Decent and good are too
Decent.
close.
Oh, you think okay is below decent?
No. I'm saying the word decent and okay to me seems similar.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and Magello to me is just an okay.
Sure. Okay, I can settle. I would go good, but fair enough. Monza. Honestly, I mean, to drive, it's not that good.
See, I've always enjoyed the track. Perhaps not Imola level, but better than Magello. So I would say good. But what do you think?
You think? Well, I'm happy just putting it at good. Yeah, I'm fine with good.
I'm fine with good.
But I think a lot of people would put it at goat or great. So we're going to just put it at good. Interlagos. Now, we need to consider the iRacing scan here. Normally, it would be a great circuit, but I think on this, it gets downgraded to a good.
But to drive, it's great.
Well, I
Visually,
enjoyed
it's not.
driving there recently, yeah.
Mm.
But I would still only put it at good.
It is one of the uglier tracks on the service.
I would say it's as fun as Imola, but doesn't look as good.
Yep. Does that mean it earns the spot great or not?
I think it's good.
Oh, man. Okay.
Arbor.
For me, it's just an okay track. It's not one I get excited about, but it does look fun to drive. I just don't drive it enough, to be honest.
I mean, already chat is disagreeing with us. Matty's saying that Magello good. I sort of agree, but David thought that it was only okay. And Interlagos goat is not, unfortunately. What were you saying for Barber? Okay.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's borderline bad.
Okay.
Like it's like the long radius corners like don't work at points in a slow speed car.
Yeah.
In a Porsche Cup, turn
Yeah.
2 is too long a corner,
No, I get it.
and and you can't overtake there. But
Yeah, I get it.
it's good in an IndyCar. It's yeah. Brands Hatch.
Goat.
You're obviously going to put it goat. I would only put it at good, so we can put it as a compromise at great. I think that works.
It's biased, right? Because I grew up at the track, and
Yeah.
yeah, I love racing now, even in GTs. I'd race them in prototypes.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not saying IMSA, but I'd race them in prototypes.
Motorsport. I would put that as
Great.
an okay. Oh, you think great? Seriously?
I've always enjoyed the track. Yeah, I've loved the
You
track.
put it above Monza and Interlagos, though.
No.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm willing to
okay.
compromise on good,
Good. Yeah. It's not better than.
but yeah. Charlotte. Casually,
See, I lived
a
there
really
for.
good circuit.
I lived there for 5 years next to the track.
I would put it as a good, personally. Like, it is a really unique, undulating roval, which has walls close to it, which means that it's almost like a street circuit. And it just works.
It is better than Mugello and Barber.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're happy with good.
We
Cool.
are.
Montreal. Now, for me, this is going straight into GOAT.
I think it's a
personally.
GOAT track, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you agree. I don't think everyone agrees, but to drive, it is one of the best driver circuits.
Yep.
It is phenomenally good. Has all the best aspects of a normal circuit as well as a street circuit.
See, for me, yeah, the Imola is... I love Imola.
Sure.
I got my 4K Imola, so it means a lot. 5K. No, I got my 5K Imola, sorry.
Okay. Zandvoort. For me, this... Honestly, this is okay for me.
For
which
me,
is harsh.
I like the track a lot, but not more than Interlagos, Motorsport. I like it on them level. I think.
So it's good.
Yeah, for me, it's good. Yeah.
Zolder. I think it's only an okay. And of course, you might be biased because you recently won a.
Yeah, but you've won it before. I mean, as co-hosts, we are.
Yeah, but I've had a year to get over it, and I don't make a big deal out of winning races like you do. So
we've both won the Jimmy Broadbent 23 on different occasions in different cars.
it's not Monza level. I mean, we have trapped ourselves here by putting Monza and Interlagos in good,
Yes.
which makes us think well,
Correct.
it's not as good as that, so it's got to be below that. But I think that's what we have to do fundamentally. So it's only okay.
See, Interlagos, it does go up. I think visually.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can put it in great.
There you go.
But we need to keep Monza at good.
Okay.
Barcelona, I think I would put this at great. I think
We're the other way
Barcelona
round.
is a phenomenally
I was just
fun
about to say,
circuit.
okay.
Well, we can put it in good in that case as a compromise.
Yeah, I mean, just what's. I mean,
It's
we're talking
so
about the
good to
GP.
drive.
Yeah, but we're talking about the GP version, not historic, right?
Well, in the track map,
Yeah.
it has the historic. So I'm saying
No.
that's the historic.
Because historic's great. The GP, which it is referencing for sure. That's
But I
the
think
official.
it's the entire circuit. It doesn't matter. It's like Brands Hatch involves both the Indy and the Grand Prix, right?
Yeah. I don't mind Barca. I just don't like the asphalt. The curbs are horrible. It's all sausage curbs and stuff. Yeah. Drives me crazy, sausage curbs. Yeah, good. All
Sure.
right. Just.
Manucore, I think it's an okay.
For me, okay, yeah, at best.
Like, I don't think we've really... Had it been released 10 years ago, I think it would have been much more used, much more popular. This one, we don't need to question it.
Are you actually goating Spa?
Like, I don't know how you cannot put... I mean, it's Spa. It's the most loved circuit.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I would probably have gone great had it not been for the new scan. I really,
Sure,
really
okay,
like
yeah,
new scan.
yeah, no,
for
that's
me,
fair.
yeah, it's not a go until the new scan, and we've got that.
Le Mans, honestly, I'd put that as bad. Like, I don't think Le Mans a good circuit. Like, it's really boring to drive. The one bit of the circuit which is good is rubbish because you can't run a rear wing there. So you're just counting the oversteer.
It's historic, though. It gives
But
you
I
that.
wasn't alive in 1910 when they had the first race.
It gives you that feeling. As in an endurance, it gives you that feeling. I don't know. You're at Le Mans.
I don't watch the real
I
life
agree.
event.
It's not a goat for me. It's not a great. I don't really enjoy it for sprint racing.
So I think we're looking at good or okay. I'll let you have the call.
Good. It's definitely on. Yeah, it's a good track. I like it, but yeah, I understand everyone's hatred towards it.
Kota. This is a close one for me because it's a close one between okay and bad.
This is the first track I ever won money at. I became a professional at this track. Yeah, went pro.
How much did you win?
Like 100 in crypto.
Okay. How much is that worth now?
Now it's worth a house. But
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I think I'm gonna say bad.
Okay, I thought you were going to put okay, but I'm pleased that we're putting something in bad.
I've learnt to enjoy it, and I race there. But sorry, Lewis, it's a bad track.
It's a bad track.
Yeah,
It's so tricky to drive.
it is.
Jerez, I would put this as good.
Remind me, Jerez, which one? Remind me.
It's the blue and white one. All the curbs are blue and white. You head towards turn 1. It's a right-hander up a hill.
Hold on.
And you go straight up it, and then it's a head.
Hold on. David's not just watching a lap video.
You need to watch more MotoGP.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Because it's quite a historic MotoGP.
Sorry, YouTube
circuit.
ads.
But what?
Here we go. How bad's this? I don't know the track. I'm learning it now.
You do you recognise this?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Oh, I didn't like this track.
So you would maybe even put it in bad.
To me, I was just I couldn't bother to learn it. It just looked.
Well, seeing that you're so apathetic, I feel like we have to put it in okay.
Yeah, I don't know it enough, so I'm going to say okay. It really didn't jump out at me. Oh God, we're going to argue on this
So
one.
Daytona, I would put that as never drive again. Like that would be my.
No.
Yeah, because it's an awful circuit. It's really bad. Like in every way, every corner's bad. It's just a nightmare. It's an awful. It's such
No,
a
I mean
bad
you are
track.
right. T1's horrible. The infield is just bad.
Even
Joining
the
the
bus stop
oval
isn't fun.
Yeah. No, it gets worse every year in iRacing. But it is Daytona. It is historical, and in endurance, it gives you that cool feeling. But depends. We're not talking about the feeling. We're talking about the track.
I think it's everything, in terms of watching it in the context of sim racing. In terms of,
I don't love it for sprint racing. Again, it's like a bit like Le Mans to me. I don't love it for sprint racing. You
Sure,
are right.
yeah.
The bus stop's pretty awful. But I always look forward to driving there. If it's the Daytona 24, it's a very special one to me. I've been there. I've watched races. I don't know. I'll let you pick. Okay.
if you're letting me pick,
No.
then it's living down here. But I feel like a compromise would be okay.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah.
Next up, Belle Isle. I would put that as good.
Wait, I
think
don't see
it's-
Bello. Oh, yes,
it's
yeah.
very small.
I like Bello. Good. I like Bello.
Yeah.
It's a good track. Doesn't get enough love.
It's a good hot lapping circuit, and I like those tricky to overtake circuits in terms of it's a challenge. Donington,
I think
probably only an okay for me. I haven't done that many races there, honestly.
I like it. This is the narrow. Yeah, I remember Donington. I was getting confused between Donington and Snetton, but I've got it in my
Sure,
head.
yeah. It's Snetton on this.
The last time I drove there, I was in GT3s and I got tagged on lap 1 and I careered across the grass back on the old iRacing grass where it's super slippery. And there was a career of cars and then there was a yellow one. It was Ollie. Boom. Sorry. Like nothing I could do. I was just a passenger.
Okay.
I think it has to be, yeah. I think I'd lean in good because it's British.
Sure. I think we are going to need to speed up on these though because we've got a lot to get through.
Okay, let's go.
So Fuji,
I
would
Fuji.
put bad.
Yeah, I don't know Fuji.
Fuji is going in bad. Hockenheim.
Good. Maybe great.
Okay, well,
Good.
we'll put it in good then because
I like
I would have put it in okay. Homestead, Miami. You don't know that one.
I don't know that one.
It's fine. I think it's like a fine roval. I do know the track. Yeah, we can put it in okay.
Yeah, the next one.
Hungarian, I guess
Never
it's
drive
bad.
again.
Oh,
Yeah, I hate this track. It's just understeer, maybe an off trick. There's no flow.
you know what? You've driven it more than me, so I'm going to
just think
take your
maybe
opinion.
in a like Formula One car, it's good, but
Sure.
it's the first track where there is to me there's no flow. You're just doing stuff and praying for a trail break.
Sure.
All day long. I hate the track.
Indianapolis, I would put that as never drive again, and I feel quite strongly about that. You're going to need some real good convincing for me not to put that. in the
Damn.
bottom one. I absolutely like it's awful. It's so bad. And the fact that they've tweaked it as well over the years and somehow made it worse each time infuriates me. How people who have so little knowledge and expertise and competence can design a race circuit.
I think TK helped with the update.
I mean, like the real life changes, not the sim one.
Yeah. Yeah. But what about the oval counts as well?
No, it doesn't. No, this is road circuits.
Oh, okay. I will lean one tier up, but
Fine, we'll put it in bad.
Yeah.
It's much worse than Hungaroring, but
oh my god, not kill.
not kill.
To me, I wouldn't drive it.
I don't like it.
No, I don't.
That's a bit of a sin amongst.
It's
the
too
British.
narrow. The curb, some of the curbs don't make any sense to me.
It's too short as
Yeah.
well. There's not enough corners to master. Lime Rock. I
um,
put it as okay. It's got a good flow
yeah,
to it.
yeah. I agree.
We've all driven so many laps at Lime Rock.
Yep.
Mid-Ohio, I'd put that as an okay.
Yeah, I don't hate mid-higher.
It's a solid circuit.
Yep.
Motegi,
I want to enjoy. It's flat.
yeah.
It's I've enjoyed some races there in the past. I swear we don't even go there anymore.
No. Well, there was once a time before night came to all the tracks. You had Spa, Daytona, and Motegi as the tracks that you could drive at night. And back then it was used loads because it was like, oh, we want a night race. Okay, we'll do Motegi.
But I think it's a bad track.
I think it's a bad track.
Yeah.
It's not a good one.
This is all you. I know nothing about Aragon.
Aragon, I think it could fall into bad, but I think for now it's okay. I think it's fine, honestly. So currently, this is a very good tier list because it's like concentrating in the middle.
Yeah.
So we need a few more bads and never drive again.
Well, the Fuji logo is quite big.
yeah, yeah. Oschersleben.
I think it's a bad track.
I'm not sure if I've driven it on iRacing.
Oh.
I've driven it on Toka Race Driver 3. Bathurst.
Goat.
Goat.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
great
such a
circuit.
good track.
It's really
Everything about it is brilliant. It's a hard track, but it's so rewarding
Yeah.
if you get it right.
good. We like our street circuits, don't we? With the
Yeah.
Montreal and or half street circuits. No, but going with kind of the Nordschleife in it, I'd put that as Goat. I think it is.
If we're including the Nordschleife, Goat.
Yeah,
But if it's just Nürburgring, then
I'd put it as good if it was
Yeah.
just the GP circuit. But yeah, it's so much fun to drive.
Yep.
Incredibly well designed circuit. Okayama, I'd put it as a good, or an okay. Sorry,
yeah, it's okay for me. It's not bad.
I like the idea of it, and I like it's a free circuit.
We have Nürburgring GP coming up.
Oh,
Here
okay.
we go.
Okay, so what I would put that as good. Nürburgring GP. I think it's got a good flow to it. I like it's very much got its own character with the long radius, undulating corners.
I'm just doing a lap
It's
in my head.
distinctive.
Yeah, fine. It's pretty good. It's just
Yeah.
there's no racing usually. It's good. but
Sure. Yeah.
The racing's quite
Yeah.
bad.
Oran Park.
Uh,
It is what it is, right? Like
it's just not my style of cars. Yeah, it is what it is.
I think it's bad because I think to drive a GT3, it's not good. It's bad, and I think GT3 is the medium. You have some cars which are fast. You have some cars that are slower. But if it's bad in GT3s, it's bad generally. I think.
David missing Apex is in his mind too. I did miss a couple. Yeah, yeah, it's bad. Yeah, Alton Park is good, maybe great.
I mean, I would have put it good or okay. So we
Good
could put
then.
it in good.
I love the track.
Good
I hate
play.
the off tracks again.
Phillip Islands.
I love Phillip Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For me,
I thought you weren't going to like it. Most people don't.
it's the first we did first Community 24 we ever did years ago. I love the flow of it. T1's a screamer, 2.2's difficult. The mid part of the track's great. Massive undulation. Last corner is can make or bank. I like the track a lot.
So you would put it as great.
What's in great?
Imola, Brands Hatch, and Interlagos.
I would.
Uh,
But you're
no,
reserved.
you know what? I'll put it up there because in MotoGP it is everyone's favourite track. in
Okay, I've always
MotoGP.
liked the track.
So yeah, I'll put it up there.
Red Bull Ring, I swear, goes down every time I race there. For me.
No, that's a good shout. I'd put it as bad.
Yeah, it's just.
I don't think it's.
It again, everything is a giant sausage curb on the intro. I don't know. Every time I race it, I used to enjoy the track, but yeah, I think it's a bad track.
Road America.
Go.
Easy.
Yeah, easy.
You know what though? I just a slight counterpoint to that. I did drive a bit of IMSA earlier this week, and I think it's because I drove Suzuka last week, but it didn't. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would do. It's a lot of braking zones, a lot of short radius corners. But I think that is just because I came from the best circuit of all time, which is Suzuka.
Well, we'll see that in a minute.
Suzuka is still to come up. Road Atlanta.
Goat to me. But
I'm willing to go with goat. I think the S's are superb.
yeah.
The final chicane complex down the hill, just brilliant for racing.
Yep.
So I'm down for that. Udskirchen.
It's maybe
I
a
put
pinch.
it as a bad.
I was going to say a pinch better than Oschersleben, but it's not a great track.
So, yeah, we can put it in bad.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
kart
I don't know. Oh, Sandown, I do know. It's that.
It's
almost
a one round
yeah. It's
race course, a horse racing course.
yeah, I've seen it. Really narrow, massive sausage curbs.
Yep.
Yeah, to me, I don't like it. I've never raced it though, so I can't judge.
I've never raced it. I've driven it. I've done a camera pack for it. I think I would. I'm sort of easy between okay and bad, but we can put it in bad. Sebring.
Well,
Now for me,
oh my god,
this is only an okay or good. I'm sure you'd put it as goat,
I would.
but I'm willing to compromise and put at delete. Sorry, I've just
delete.
I can't brain.
Can't brain.
I would put it as great.
Yeah, okay then. I understand. It is a flat track. It's not everyone's cup of tea. It almost drives like a street circuit. But I think it's a goated track.
Silverstone. On iRacing, it's not that great. It's like an okay. Maybe a good. I'd put it as a good. Same tier as Alton Park.
It's good, but it's just so difficult that most people would do okay to bad, I think. It is a tricky track in iRacing. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good.
You think it's good. Sure.
Yeah.
Snetterton, never drove again.
You don't like Snetterton?
It's awful. It's absolute rubbish.
Snetterton has everything.
I grew up 20 miles away from Snetterton, and they unfortunately ruined the circuit back in 2011 when they created the infield, which is awful. I went there earlier this year, twice actually, and it's it's not good. It's an awful circuit to drive.
I like
Absolutely
Snetterton.
atrocious.
I like it.
Is this going to be a compromise at okay?
Sure. Yeah, we're completely opposite ends with the track.
Sonoma? I think it's borderline good.
It is borderline good. It has undulation. It has a blind corner. It has. Yeah, it's a tricky track.
I like the infield bit, the bit that NASCAR don't use. I like.
It's possibly the last, really right at the end of the lap that it gets a bit ugly.
Yeah.
With that long white sleeper and the stupid hairpin, but the rest of the track is great.
Summit Point.
I mean, it's goated, right? Well, it can't go above Imola and Interlagos.
I'd put it as good.
Yeah, it's good.
Which is saying something because we're putting it above Daytona, Mugello.
Yeah, but you are putting it above Daytona.
Well, I think this is a collective
It's a
effort.
good track, though.
Suzuka, we don't need to ask.
Yeah.
But you agree, right?
I don't think it's goated, no.
Wow.
But that's probably because it's just never been a strong track of mine. How good you are at a track really helps dictate.
Tsukaba.
Tsukuba. It's no Akiyama.
It's a hot lap track. I mean, it's a time trial track, and it's not actually a proper race circuit. I would put it as okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember when it came out, I was just hot lapping F3s around it. Just, I clearly had nothing better to do. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it, but I wouldn't want to drive it now. VIR is a great track.
It is a great track. It has everything.
It's a
blind
really
corner,
great
undulation,
track.
fast sweepers. If it had the oak, maybe goated. The oak is gone.
Yeah. No, then the rescan is.
Yeah, it does, Matty, but it's still No Okayama to me.
Yeah, Matsuya agree. That's good on small Formula cars.
The Glen.
Watkins Glen. I think it's a goat.
I think it's a goat.
Great flow. Great 6-hour event each year.
Well, I didn't make it. I didn't make it to the green flag, mate. I was dead before green.
Sure.
On the last corner, I got tagged, smacked, and then smacked.
Well, everyone else had a good time.
Oh, good. I love the track, though.
Laguna.
For me,
I'd put it as an okay.
Yeah, good to okay.
Yeah. Winton. Do you know Winton?
Is that an Aussie track?
Yeah.
No, I don't know it.
I think it's bad. It's got one good corner. There's a long left, and then you have to brake hard and go into a tight right. And that one's okay. And that's all I can say about the circuit, because that's pretty much all the interesting bits about it. Silverstone Legacy. I'm tempted not to even include that
Yeah,
one.
that's fine. Leave it.
Chicago.
Chicago. Is that Phoenix?
No, Chicago's the street course that they use in NASCAR nowadays. It's they released it like 3-4 years ago, and it's like really, it's all 90-degree corners, and
No, I don't think
it's
I've driven
really
it.
tricky.
I don't think I've
You
driven
don't
it.
think I feel like you would have driven it once. I mean, to be fair, you should. It's so tricky. I'm playing it as an okay. I
Right.
reckon if you ask the average iRacer, they'd say never drive again. But I had some good fun there.
But Hungaroring is standing alone there.
Yeah.
Long Beach, I think is great.
I think it's great.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
So we like street circuits, mate.
we really like street circuits. In sim racing, at least.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy that. Willow Springs, I'd put that as never drive again. I think it's absolute rubbish.
Willow Springs, let me look.
Oh, you don't? Oh, come on.
Is it an Aussie track?
No.
Oh.
Have you not driven Gran Turismo 6?
No.
Well, if you did, you would have known it. Here's the list at the moment. We've got street circuit, normal circuit, half street circuit, Nürburgring, Mid America, Atlanta.
I'm watching a lap now of Josh Thompson, who you've beat before.
Yeah, famously in the BSR Radical Wind Series Championship.
Yeah. So this is what Laguna
It's quite a
Seca.
long. It's Have you seen Ferrari versus Ford Le Mans 66?
Yes.
That's where
Oh, the test
Christian
track.
Bale wins a race near the start of the event. No, the test track is like a airfield, I think. But he wins an event here at the start of the movie.
I mean, this looks pretty cool, but yeah, I don't know how to judge. There's lots of undulation. Is every corner blind? No. I don't know, mate. This doesn't look. It's up to you. Your call, Milo.
I'm putting it bad. I don't like it. But I think it's partially because I dislike Gran Turismo 6 and I associate it with that.
So what were the winners? What?
We've still got one more. Leading on. Never drive again. Awful.
Yeah, I agree.
It's absolutely atrocious. We got asked, Macau, where's Bear? But oh yeah, sorry, Matty already responded.
Belle Isle made the list.
Yeah, it was in good. So how do we feel about this? Are there any regrets?
Well, goated tracks, yeah. Jill, Spa, Bathurst, Nordschleife, Road America, Road Atlanta. Suzuka was your call. I would say great. But Watkins Glen, yep. Imola, I said goated, but we do have quite the goat tier list there. Brands getting a little bit of love bias from me there. Interlagos could be goated if we actually got a design.
If we got a good scan, yeah.
Yeah, Phillip Island, I understand why not. Sebring, I think it's goated, but I understand why not. VIR's close to goated for me.
Yeah. I'd say Imola is the closest to goat
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. No, sorry,
it's
very
really
close.
good.
It's sad to see Monza in good, not great, but I get it. Motorsport, Zandvoort snuck in there. Le Mans, poor track. Hockenheim for me was close to great, but I get it. Summit Point, I think I said goated, didn't I? And it ended in good.
Yeah. We've got quite a mix of circuits in the good category. Between street circuits and small national circuits to Grand Prix circuits. I think, are there any ones that I don't like? Obviously, I wish Daytona wasn't there. Manu Core, we were generous with, perhaps, with okay. I'm looking at those other circuits and thinking they're better than Manucore, but I think we can keep it as that.
Perhaps if
Superbird
we
maybe
learn-
generous as well.
If we learned to be good at Fuji, it'd move up.
Yeah. And then
Poor Red Bull Ring. I don't know. Every season it just drops for me on my want to race it.
Sure.
And when I'm watching, it drops. Yeah, I think we did well. Poor Hungaroring. It is an awful track though.
It is terrible, yeah. Yeah, so I think that was good work. Hopefully you all agree. I don't think there are that many disagreements. I know Matty's disagreeing with a few, but I think generally, Matty, you'd concede that.
Matty thinks Silverstone's
that good.
GOAT. Oran Park should be below Never Drive Again. It is Oran is a weird track. It is so narrow, but I think because it works in Skip Barber and stuff
And
like
it's
that.
a figure eight.
Yeah,
It's a proper figure eight as well. You see the
it's
cars.
a car park. Nowadays it's
a housing
housing,
estate
yeah.
and shopping mall and stuff. Yeah,
It's completely gone.
they're destroying one in, I think it's Bacoa in New Zealand as well, that they're destroying as well, which should be added to the sim at some point. Cool. Well, let's go back to the other news then, because we've got a few more things to discuss. Black Friday. There's a few Black Friday stuff. I know Fanatec have got a lot of stuff. I didn't really make a list of Fanatec stuff because it was sort of just
they've all got-
discounts on stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything interesting.
I was looking for anything big and interesting, but 10, 15, 20 off. Like, yeah, it's just not Black Friday to me. I get it. This has come around every year now for a while, and the whole effect has worn off. And the problem is with Black Friday as well, I think it's hurt more than
Well, because people wait until
correct.
they...
Yeah. The season before must be horrible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, FOMO.
Yes.
So yeah, on RaceRoom though, they are doing a pretty good deal. Some cars and tracks are 50% off, and you also get free access to all content until the 6th of December, which is pretty cool. I've seen people say that about iRacing. Should iRacing make it so that you get, I don't know, a day free with one of the GT3 cars that you haven't bought yet, and you can drive.
I don't know
in
why
test
they're not
sessions and
more
stuff.
lenient. They obviously don't believe that letting people try content more would sell more, because they don't. You have to wait for iRacing to go down, and even then you have to wait 2 seasons usually to try the new stuff.
I think in a way, like, they almost want people to continue making impulsive purchases. And so if someone has the opportunity to try something,
Right.
they might go, oh, actually, it's just another GT3. I don't actually need to buy this. Whereas
Yeah.
if it's like, the McLaren's being added, oh my God, I have to have it, then they'll just buy it instinctively. Whereas if you give them that extra day to test it, maybe they'll think, no, it's not worth it. I imagine that's their logic.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, do check out RaceRoom. And of course, a reminder as well, as we said earlier on, Apex Racing Academy as well have got a deal going on. 40% off annual subscriptions using the code ACBF2024. Check out our social medias as well for more details on that. And yeah, just go to apexracingac.com in order to get your subscription.
This TrophyRC, tell me about it. It looks good.
It looks really fun. So this is not playable yet, but it's been added to Steam.
Added to Steam, but it's not playable.
Well, I don't think you can. Yeah, it's on. It's,
Oh,
it's
as
on
in it's
Steam.
a listing. I think you
Yeah.
could download it, but
Oh,
it just
no, no.
crashes. Oh, good.
Yeah.
This is good.
So this is the trailer for it.
RC cars, yeah.
RC cars, yeah.
So this takes me back to the Micro Machines.
But I think the graphics look absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, the game looks fun.
And the way that the physics work on this in terms of the way that it's sort of moving about the objects, I think looks really nice.
Yeah.
You got some water physics coming up.
This looks like me at Fuji, honestly, the way I... Hey, that looks cool. Yeah, no, I could do this.
And it's a bit of a Trackmania type thing as well. Got that sort of feeling to it.
It's a little slower than Trackmania.
It's a bit
little slower. A little slower. But yeah, if it's just a controller game, then obviously, yeah.
There's also screenshots of how you can adjust, like edit your car as well. You like build your car as though it's like a RC thing. There you go.
Yeah, I could see this being popular.
And once again, just everything in terms of graphics just looks really, really nice. So yeah, like I said, it's on, it's listed, but I'm not sure when it's going to be released properly. Last one was the Playseat Formula Instinct F1 edition.
Playseat releasing another seat. Shocker. But this looks cool. Let's bring it up. This is actually on the... Yeah, here we go. I mean... does that include the seat? If it includes the seat, wow. If it doesn't, then...
I think it does include the seat, yeah. Because a big thing of it is how it replicates the iconic F1 seating position. And so without the seat, it sort of undermines that whole idea.
I like the ribbed look of the seat. It looks really comfortable. Yeah, I mean, price is good. Just want to see where it says yes. So you're paying for the F1 brand, but you do seem to be...
Yeah, I was surprised when I was reading it. I was thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be 1,500 quid. But yeah, it's fine. 550.
Yeah, I think it looks really good. I mean, I still think the price is a little... I mean, I am surprised if that's the seat, by the way. You could spend that on a seat easily.
Yeah.
If it's a seat, then it's a mega deal. I am trying to confirm.
Well, I think it comes up with all the key features. Yep. And yeah, one of them is the seat.
Yeah. I mean, their name is Playseat, right?
Yeah, it's a bit confusing, isn't it?
Playseat doesn't include the seat. That one looks expensive. Holy moly.
So yeah, this is the intelligence one. So that was the second. So this new one, the Instinct, is the second one they've announced or released. Whereas this one is, yeah. But that's meant to make you feel like you're in a proper single-seater cockpit. You know, somewhere for your legs to go and all that stuff.
Yeah,
yeah, and like would you be interested in like raised, like pedals like that, like a foot off the ground?
No, I mean I have my seat on the maximum height at my pedal. Sorry, my seat as low as possible, my pedals as high as possible. But I'm never doing I'll never sit like a Formula driver. No. So so then I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd never be able to get out, mate.
No. Be rocking back and forth, just trying to get some momentum to roll out. Yeah, so yeah, do check that. €600 if you want to check out the Playseat Formula Instinct F1 edition. Moving on to Apex Racing Team, our esports racing team, and we had a decent result at Milwaukee.
For the IndyCar, yeah? IndyCar Pro Series.
IndyCar Pro Series. Unfortunately, Pete Berryman was ill, and I think he might miss tonight as well, which is a massive shame, because Pete obviously is a former world champion himself in single-seaters back when they were racing the IR01. But Luke McKern managed to get a P3, and Dan Moore, with by far his best result of the season, his first top 10, managed to get P5 at Milwaukee, which is impressive because these guys are not used to the ovals whatsoever. You've got some of these IndyCar guys. Most of them are from the roadside, to be fair, you know, Team Redline and co. But our team certainly does not have much experience on ovals, just besides like Indy 500. And yeah, Dan in particular, they did a phenomenal job. We've got one more round to go, and that last round is tonight. And here are the current points. Diogo Pinto, he won PESC with one race win, or even with no race wins. And it looks like he might win this one with only one race win as well.
Wow.
But it's really been very competitive. We've had 9 different winners in 9 races. No, we haven't. Not quite. 8 different winners in 9 races, I think. No, I'm lying. I'm just embarrassing myself. 7 different winners in 9 races, which is still a lot. It's still a lot of race wins. We've got Luke up in P6. He'll do well to get any higher than that, but I mean a race win, and he'll go up to 4th. It is another oval. It's Nashville, the final round. We've got Pete down in 14th. Top 12 keep their license So unless Pete recovers from his illness,
Right, yeah.
he's had no practice. So realistic, but then I don't want to be dismissive, but
It's
it is
just turning
an
left.
oval.
It's just
So,
turning left.
Like if he gets lucky with some strategy, then maybe he could genuinely be up there.
You should do it if it's just turning left, mate.
But it's not just turning left. 5 of the rounds are road, and that's where.
I thought you would fall.
I mean,
over.
don't give me this
Indy 500
S
winner.
because I won Indy 500s. I've got a 100% winning record at Indy 500.
Was it in at least the top 50 splits? Do you think?
I think it was 23rd split. There was only 30 splits, but I didn't do qualifying, and so I think I was in like the second split of the drivers who didn't do qualifying. Maybe.
Brilliant.
So yeah, best of luck to the guys on that one.
Yeah. Hopefully Pete can keep his license.
Hopefully Pete can keep his license. Hopefully Luke can get some monies and get P4 in the championship. And of course, well done to Diogo Pinto, who's pretty much got the championship sewn up. He's a good driver.
Yes.
I think that is about it for today. Anything else you want to mention?
No, I think I'm just like chat. I'm going to bookmark that. I'm going to favourite that RC game. I think it looks cool. I think it's nice to try something different.
What was the one that you had fond memories of? Because
Micro Machines.
Sure. Because I mean, I never really got into that stuff, but I remember on the Wii, I think it was on the Wii, you had the Hot Wheels game, which was very much similar to that. And I remember really liking that you used to like drive through like a house, basically. And like everything would be like massive in terms of scale. And it worked really well. And those games have been very popular.
Yes. So you'd drive speedboats, and it was all just tabletop stuff. You was going around rubbers, or like going around the cereal that was laid out, or chalk on a table. And this, I loved this game. This was a hot lapping dream. Yeah, I played a lot of hours of that, and that reminds me of that feel.
Yeah. Well, once again, just one last reminder. We have been banging on about it, and we will do for the next few weeks. But we've got the Black Friday deal, of course, for Apex Racing Academy, and do check out apexracingac.com and use the code ACBF2024 for your 40% discounts on an annual subscription. Is very much worth your money. It's already reasonably priced, and so I think it's like £5 a month or something when you get that offer. So yeah, it's really, really good. Yep. But for now, for myself, Sam, and from David as well, we will say goodbye, and we'll see you back in 7 days' time for next week's The Late Apex. See you then.
Ciao.